Alright, so what I'm doing here today is I've had to get my bull bar off to fix a problem with every time it scratches, say going up a driveway or down driveway, it'll tilt forwards or tilt backwards, and just want to fix that problem. So I've had to take the whole thing apart, and I've had to cut the bull bar out because this bolt here, the nut on the inside is broken from its weld. You can see that there. We're going to need to re-tack that. While I'm at it, I'm going to tack all four of them, not just that one, but all four of them, to avoid that ever happening again with any others. And this is going to be a reverse process basically. I'm going to record everything as I put it back together, so you know where all the bolts go and so forth. This will basically be more helpful to people wanting to get their bumper bars off. Not many vans have bull bars, but yeah, you'll have to watch the video, I guess, step by step to find out which bolt went where. And yeah, I'll get into it. Just quickly, before I start welding, just to let you know, I have disconnected the battery and I have disconnected the ECU inside. We don't want nothing getting damaged, and the welder will put power through the van, so we want to avoid any damage. There's the weld. Might not be the cleanest weld in the world. But it's definitely a strong weld. So done the same on the other side. We shouldn't have any more problems with these guys. And just to show you here, putting this back together, before I put this back together, there's a bolt that goes through the top, or yeah, the bolt goes through it, but there's a nut that you put on. There's also a nut on the bottom that you put a bolt into, and that's in 3 spots. So you got one right here, one in the middle, one at the end. When I took this off, I didn't have them. I think that's for the undercover, and I don't have an undercover, and I'm not going to put one back on, purely because I do so much on my van, couldn't be bothered taking the cover off and on all the time. So for me, I've got these 4 bolts on either side and the top nut, and for anybody else, if they've got the cover on the bottom, I've got these 3 along the bottom as well. One other thing, anything that's metal that I'm putting back on the van, including where I've welded and further down wherever I could spray, I've sprayed fish oil just to give that extra bit of protection against rust. Okay, so there's the 4 12mm there. Everyone wants to be in the act. So there's 4 12mm there on both sides, and if you can see the, probably not, you see the socket in there. Then there's a long extension to reach that 10mm nut that's inside there. So, like so. That's on both sides. Okay, so you ready for it? The only 2 bolts on either side is the bottom of the guard, front of the guard, and underneath on a bracket. That's it. 2 bolts either side, bumper bar comes off. There is no bolt holes anywhere else that yeah, would secure that on any more than what it is. I would like to know that that is on better than what it really is, but I don't have the time right now to be making anything to secure it more than what that is, so I'll have to do. So it just sits back on like that, and then we have 12mm in the top, that bolts on. No, vice versa, sorry. 10mm on the top, that bolts on, and 12mm on the bottom, both sides. Okay, I'm going to put this grill on. It was given to me by friend, and just trying to go for a different look, see what, because I like chrome, and I know that's not chrome, but it's still silver. Okay, these little clips here, these are the little buggers that are hard to get out when you're first pulling everything apart. When they're in, I'll show you here. To put it all back on, you need to put these clips back on like that, and I'll show you on the other side, because when you get it off, you've got to, so you can see the light in there, you've got to push those little clips up and to pull this off. So you've got to work out one, like push one, you've got to get a, like a, well, something like this. This is just a welding rod. We get a welding rod and push it up, don't clip that side, same with the other side. When you put it all back together, you need to put the clips back on here first before you push it onto the van itself. Until next time, cheers.